understood the case for a half rectifier. Okay, for the full wave rectifier, let me the center tap. Let me draw the diagram. Yes, now things are better. WebEx was having problem and therefore it got disconnected. Now it's easier drawing and it's normal. Okay, so this is. I'm not drawing the full diagram. So this is a center tap full wave rectifier. So this is the sinusoidal waveform. V is equal to Vi is equal to Vm sine omega t. Okay, Vi is equal to Vm sine omega t. So here center tap, suppose for the positive half cycle of the input signal, this is D1, this is D2. So this is D1, this is D2. So you have positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, marking in red the values of Vm. This is Vm. This is also Vm. Okay, so what happens during the positive half cycle, you see, as we discussed yesterday or day before, during the positive half cycle, D1 is forward biased and D2 is reverse biased. Okay, D2 is reverse biased, right? D2 is because the positive of D2 is connected to getting a negative supply. The positive of D2 is getting a negative supply. Yes, am I audible, students? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
positive of the diode is connected to the P side and the negative of the diode is connected to the N side for D1. So D1 is forward bias, and in case of D2, you see the positive of the diode is
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
muted
you are not
yourself.
audible.
hello, hello, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So during the positive half or positive half cycle, during the positive half cycle, D1 is forward biased and D2 is reverse bias. So in that reverse bias situation, this D2 is reverse bias. In that reverse bias situation, what is the voltage falling across the diode in the from the input side? It is Vm plus Vm. দেখো এই পুরোটা কিন্তু it is coming as a reverse bias voltage across the reverse bias diode D2. So the peak inverse voltage in this case of a center tap full wave rectifier, peak inverse voltage is equal to 2 into Vm. Okay, it is 2 into Vm. Okay, 2 into Vm. So this is one disadvantage, the one and only maybe disadvantages of the center tap full wave rectifier compared to a half wave rectifier, because you have to use diodes with a higher value of peak inverse voltage. Every diode during its manufacture comes with a specified value of the peak inverse voltage. Okay, that is the maximum reverse bias voltage it can withstand. So if you exceed that peak inverse voltage, the diode is going to burn out. Therefore, you remember when we were doing the VI characteristics in your ED labs, when we were doing the VI characteristics of the PN junction diode, I told you that you extend the voltage in the reverse bias situation. Zener was a different issue. We had a breakdown. But in case of the PN junction diode, I told you that you extend the voltage in the reverse bias condition up to 10 volts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 go to 10 volts, and you had got currents in microampere if you remember. And a 1 volt, 0.1 micro, 2 volt, 0.2 micro, like that, 10 volt, 10 volt, 0.2, 1 micro. Okay, that is how you got the grazing reverse bias characteristic graph, the grazing reverse bias characteristic graph of the PN junction diode. Okay, so that was what we got. So why did I tell you to keep the voltage up to 10 volts and not to exceed? Because those 1 in 4007 diodes that you were using in the experiments, which we were using last time, has a peak inverse voltage of around 15 volts. So if you exceed that, so we kept a safe limit up to maybe 10 volts for the reverse bias voltage, because if you exceed that 15 volts, the diode was going to burn out. Okay, the diode is going to burn out. Okay, so that is the meaning of peak inverse voltage. That is the meaning of peak inverse voltage. And in case, therefore, in case of the center tap full wave rectifier, you see that the maximum value of voltage across the diode falling in the reverse bias condition, is 2 into Vm. Similarly, when D1 will be reverse bias in the negative half cycle, D1 will be reverse bias. So in that case, again, D1 will face a peak inverse voltage of 2 into Vm. So this is one disadvantage of the center tap rectifier compared to a half wave rectifier. Got it, students? Got it, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we go back to the bridge rectifier. So in case of the bridge rectifier, do I need to draw the diagram, or you understand? So this, let me draw it once quick. Okay, so that was the bridge rectifier we discussed in the previous class. This was D1, this is D2, this is D3, okay, this is D4. This is D1, D2, D3, and D4. Okay, fine. So what happens is, when in the forward bias condition, for the positive half cycle of the input waveform, D1 and D3 were forward bias. Okay, D1 and D3 were forward bias. D2 and D4 were reverse bias. D2 and D4 were reverse bias. And what was the voltage across D2 and D4? What was the voltage across D2 and D4? You see, across D2 and D4, the voltage was nothing but Vm. The voltage was nothing but Vm itself. Okay, so peak inverse voltage, বুঝলে কেন Vm? দেখো এইখানে একটা পয়েন্ট, এখানে কোনো তো সেন্টার ট্যাপিং নেই যে you are actually taking a center tap out and you are doubling the voltage across the two tapped portions. Here it is the same single transformer used, so Vm will be the peak value of voltage falling across the diodes D1 and D2. Clear, students? So in case of your bridge rectifier also, the peak inverse voltage is just Vm. The peak inverse voltage is just Vm. Is it clear, students? So in case of your center tap full wave rectifier, it is 2 Vm. In case of half wave rectifier, it is Vm. In case of the bridge rectifier, it is also Vm. Okay, so that is the discussion about peak inverse voltage. Okay, and this is one advantage of your bridge rectifier compared to the center tap full wave rectifier. This is one advantage of bridge, that is PM value is 1/2 the value of the center tap circuit. Okay, so this is two advantages. You may write down two advantages of bridge rectifier. Advantages of bridge rectifier is no need for a center tap transformer. No need, point number one, no need for a center tap transformer. Point number two, PIV is 1/2 that of the center tap circuit. PIV is 1/2 that of the center tap circuit. One disadvantage it requires I'll give you material there. You'll find other differences as well, but these ones are very vital, which needs discussion. So disadvantage, it requires 4 diodes. Disadvantage is it requires 4 diodes. So this is in comparison with your center tap. Look, full wave and half wave has a different set of comparisons, and center tap and bridge can again be compared with one another for their advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so in case of center tap, you may write, in case of center tap, you may mention one disadvantage of a center tap is, center tap is uh, diodes must be having high PIV values, peak inverse voltage, because PIV would become 2 VM. So diodes must have high peak inverse voltage values. Diodes must have high peak inverse voltage value. Diode must have high peak inverse voltage value. Diode must have high peak inverse voltage value. Diode must have high peak inverse voltage value. Point number 2, it is difficult to locate the center tap of the secondary winding. It is difficult to locate the center tap of the secondary winding. Because that's something minor. Okay, so these are 2 main disadvantages of the center tap. It is difficult to locate the center tap on the secondary winding. It is difficult to locate the center tap on the secondary winding. It is difficult to locate the center tap on the secondary winding.
Okay, ma'am.
That more or less ends your, I would be liking to do a few numericals on rectifiers. Let's see how it can be managed. In class, it is very easy to do it on board and you do it here. Let's see how it can be managed. Maybe I could put up a few solved problems in the drive for you and we could discuss the solved problems. না এখানে করতে গেলে অনেক সময় চলে যাবে, নাহলে আমাকে একা এরকম ভাবে করতে হবে অঙ্কগুলো. Let's see how what can be done. Okay, so fine. So this is all about your rectifiers, half wave, full wave. Now the main thing that is a part which is left in case of rectifier discussion is now this concept of the smoothing circuit or the filter circuit. So till now we were discussing the rectifier and you saw that. Okay, snapshot niye niyo. Sunitra, take the snapshot in the right time.
Yes,
and keep it ready. Why
Yes,
it's 55. একটু নিয়ে রেখো. ঠিক আছে, আমি পরে রোল নাম্বারস করব, একটু দেখে নেব. Acha, let me go on to the filter circuit. Now, very important is we were saying from day one that what the output of the rectifier is a pulsating DC. What the output of the rectifier is a pulsating DC. That means the output is, let me draw it. If it is for the half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier, the concept remains the same. Let us start with the discussion with a half wave rectifier and we can use the similar concept for a full wave rectifier as well. Okay, now you are in case of a half wave rectifier, you have the hump which is just for the positive half cycle. So if this is the output waveform, okay. So this is the output waveform. This is plot of V0 with T. Fine. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to remove these humps or smoothen out this output signal. Okay, now what do you do for that? We used a capacitor filter circuit. We use a capacitor filter circuit. We use a capacitor filter circuit. The circuit is very simple. I'm drawing the circuit for you. We are discussing half wave. The same concept will be extended for a full wave also. I'm not drawing the input part. It has a transformer and all those things. This is diode D1. Okay. This is the load resistor RL. This is the load resistor RL. Okay. And we use a capacitor called a reservoir capacitor. Why? I'll tell you. We use a capacitor. Okay. We use a capacitor, say C1. Okay. And the voltage across the capacitor is taken as VC. So this is how we have the capacitor, and the voltage across the capacitor is taken as VC. Okay, so this is C1. C1 is called a reservoir capacitor. RESERVOIR, reservoir capacitor. Okay, reservoir capacitor. C1 is called a reservoir capacitor. So I think the circuit is very simple. You just have a resistor RL, load resistor RL, and a capacitor C1 attached in parallel with the load resistor RL. Okay, so the output voltage, what you're going to measure, what you're going to measure the output from across this capacitor. So this VC is nothing but would be the V0 in this particular situation. So the voltage across the capacitor would only be the output voltage V0 in this particular situation. Previously, when you did not have the capacitor, you were measuring the output voltage. You were measuring the output voltage across RL, across the terminals of the RL. Okay, but now when you are having the capacitor, you are not measuring across R. You are not measuring across R. You are measuring it across terminals. Sorry. You are measuring it across terminals of the capacitor. I'm marking in red for you. So you are measuring the output across these two terminals of the capacitor. Clear, students? Is it clear? I will rub the heading capacitor filter circuit. I will just erase this part for some other points to be written. Okay. Now you need to understand very carefully how the capacitor is functioning. And then we will come back how the capacitor is functioning, and then we would basically come back to the smoothing property of the capacitor. Okay, so how the capacitor is functioning is, now during the positive half cycle of the input signal, what I've drawn over here is the output signal. Let me also draw the input signal in very small somewhere over here. That's not in scale with the output. So during the positive half cycle of the input signal, listen very carefully now, during the positive half cycle of the input signal, what happens? Diode D1 is forward biased. Listen carefully. I'll give you the material. Don't worry. Diode D1 is forward biased. Right? So if diode D1 is forward biased, then what is going to happen? Current is going to flow through RL and the capacitor C1 charges. And the capacitor C1 starts getting charged. Okay, it is getting charged up, and the capacitor is going to retain that charge. Okay, and how much it is going to decay, till how much time it is going to keep that charge intact with it is dependent on its RC time constant. তোমরা LRC আর LCR circuits পড়েছিলে electrical AC fundamentals LRC or LCR circuits. Did you study, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you study, students, in your AC fundamentals?
Yes, ma'am.
Things like that পড়েছিলে তো? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Very faint sounds, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, fine. It's okay now. So you had studied that, and you had also know that there is a charging time constant. There is also a decay time constant. Those relation e to the power minus t by CR and things like that. So according to the decay time constant, the charge is going to decay. So that depends upon both resistor capacitor values in the circuit. So whatever it is, this capacitor will have a specific charging time and a specific discharge time. Okay. So during the positive half cycle of the input signal, when diode D1 is forward biased, this capacitor will be charged. And when the when the voltage across the diode, that means I need to draw a larger diagram. Wait, I'll use the space. Let me draw it to scale. That becomes easier to understand. So upper one is the output waveform and the lower one is the input waveform. ठीक है? So what happens is during the positive half cycle, this is the positive half cycle, and I've marked in green at pi by 2. At pi, it is the end of the positive half cycle. At pi by 2, your input waveform, the positive half cycle, is reaching its peak value. And if I call this peak value, as you called it, Vm, here for the case of understanding, let us call it this peak value as V VPI, that means peak value of the I for input, P for peak value. So it is peak value of input signal. So when the input waveform in the first half, now in the first quarter cycle, listen carefully, when in the first quarter cycle, I mean green kore dilam, in the first quarter cycle, when the input waveform, this portion I'm discussing, this portion, when the input waveform has reached its peak value, that is VPI, what will be the voltage drop across the capacitor? What will be VC? What will be the value of VC? VC will be equal to VPI minus VF, where VF is the forward voltage drop across this diode D1, where VF is the forward voltage drop across this diode B1. So at pi by 2, when the maximum value of voltage has been reached in the input cycle, okay, 12:23 এখনো ওয়েবেক সিগন্যাল দেয়নি, সিগন্যাল যদি ডিসকানেক্টেড হয়ে যায়, join the second meeting immediately. Okay, I'll be joining. So what happens is VPI is the peak value of the input signal at pi by 2, and when there is VPI across the diode, when VPI is coming and falling across the ends of the diode, that means in this circuit this is VPI, then the value of VC across the capacitor is VPI minus VF. Okay, it is basically the drop across RL, that is VPI minus the drop across the forward resistance of the diode. Okay, so that is VF. So got it? So VC is VPI minus VF. Is it clear? So that is the maximum value of voltage to which the capacitor is charged during the positive half cycle na, at the positive quarter of the input cycle. Is it clear, students? Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the interesting part begins. Now, after, please listen, after pi by 2, what happens, you see, in the positive half cycle also, there is a fall in value of the amplitude of the signal from the peak value, yes or no? Mane VPI hoche peak value. Tarpor jokhoni I am marking, suppose maybe in yellow for you. So in the second half cycle, let me color it for you as well. In the second half cycle, what happens? In the second, mane pi by 2 থেকে pi এর মধ্যে, there is a fall in the value of the amplitude from the peak value, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. There is তার মানে the voltage, এই voltage যেটা ডায়োডের across a VPI আসছিল at the input is now decreasing. I'm discussing the region pi by 2 to pi. ঠিক আছে? This is pi by 2. This is pi by 2. Sorry, I'll mark in black. Okay, so this is this black, this is pi by 2, and this is pi, this is pi. So I'm discussing this region pi by 2 থেকে pi আমি discuss করছি। এই region এ কি হচ্ছে দেখো, the peak value is decreasing from VPI, so this voltage falling across the diode is decreasing from VPI. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Very interestingly, the capacitor is retaining the charge. The capacitor is retaining the charge at VPI minus VF. Clear? The capacitor is retaining the charge at VPI minus VF. Clear? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now look at the output waveform. Till the voltage across the diode, the voltage as coming as input to the diode, that means in the range 0 to pi, this is the output waveform. This is the output waveform. I have redrawn in black over the red graph on top. Okay. Now, when the voltage falls from VPI and just at the point it has come, look at, I'm drawing on the input waveform, it has come from VPI to VPI minus VF. VPI minus VF mane diode je voltage is coming, whatever voltage is coming across the diode is the same as VC, the charge retained by the voltage retained by the capacitor. Okay? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? মানে ডায়োডের অ্যাক্রসে ওর পজিটিভেও পড়ছে VPI minus VF, because this region is now যতখানি ইনপুটে ফল হয়েছে from VPI, suppose that is VPI minus VF, I marked in black, I'm marking in black this portion. ঠিক আছে? So ডায়োডের এখানেও আসছে VPI minus VF, ডায়োডের এখানেও আসছে VPI minus VF, and the capacitor is also retaining the charge at VPI minus VF. So diode is in a borderline condition between forward bias and reverse bias. দেখো, you had the concept that whenever positive is given to the P terminal of the diode and a negative voltage is given to the N terminal of the diode, it is forward bias, and the reverse is reverse bias. But there is also a concept of relative voltages across the diode terminals. Like if there are two positive voltages, if the two positive voltages are applied across the diode terminal and the P part is getting a higher positive voltage and the N part is getting a lower positive voltage, then also you can say that due to the relative voltage differences, diode is in a forward bias condition. কারণ negative terminal কম positive voltage পাচ্ছে. But if it is the other way round, that both the positive P terminal and the N terminal are also, both are getting positive voltages, but N terminal is getting a supply of a higher positive voltage compared to the P side, then we can say that the diode is also in a condition of reverse bias. It is not only positive and negative, but because of the concepts of relative voltages across the two terminals of the diode, you can say that the diode is also in a state of reverse bias. Am I clear, students? And this is the concept we are going to use here. Am I clear, students? Am I clear, students? So at
Yes,
this
ma'am.
point of time, when the P portion of the diode is getting a voltage, a fall, VPI, দেখো peak থেকে তো ভোল্টেজটা ফল করছে in the range input voltage from pi by 2 to pi, তো যখন VPI minus VF পাচ্ছে ডায়োডের input, okay, ডায়োডের input I'm taking by a black, and VC is also maintaining VPI minus VF, তাহলে কি ডায়োডের positive and ডায়োডের negative is both VPI minus VF, so which is the borderline condition for forward bias and reverse bias. After that, what is going to happen? After that, what is going to happen? I'm marking in blue, see, in the input waveform. I'm marking in blue in the input waveform. I'm marking in blue in the input waveform. You see that the value of the input waveform is decreasing from VPI minus VF, দেখো, to 0. মানে টু জিরো, তাই তো ড্রপ করছে। দেখো আমি ব্লু দিয়ে ওভারল্যাপ করলাম ইন দ্য ইনপুট ওয়েভ, দেখো টিক করলাম উইথ ব্লু in the input wave. Okay, so that is there. So in this region what happens, since time constant of decay of the capacitor is large, it is going to almost retain the charge at VPI, voltage at VPI minus VF, whereas the input voltage falls to zero, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no? Input voltage kintu pi te pi, see the situation at pi, input voltage kintu has dropped to zero, but what the capacitor is maintaining across it is VPI, almost VPI minus VF. Is it clear, students? Is it clear, students? Is it clear,
Yes,
students?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear? So what is the output voltage that you are now measuring? What is the output voltage that you are now measuring? What is the output? The screen ta zoom hoye geche, choto korte parchi na. What is the output voltage? What is the output voltage that you are measuring? What is the, oh sorry, I just tapped on the wrong point and the screen would go. Anyways, it's gone. I'll draw a fresh screen for you. Okay, we are concentrating on the output waveform. I'll draw it again. So output waveform is, this is the output waveform, this is the input waveform. Okay, I'll draw the circuit for you again. You remember the circuit is very simple. So what was the value of the voltage across the capacitor? VC was nothing but VPI minus VF. You understand what they are? Okay, VPI minus VF. তাহলে আমরা এই পয়েন্টটা আউটপুটে ডিসকাস করছি। up to this point this is the output signal. Fine. Now suppose you look at the input signal. We are in a condition that we are here, and up to here VPI minus VF, up to here VPI minus VF, up to here in the output VPI minus VF. Both the diode and the positive of the diode is getting VPI minus VF, and the negative of the diode is getting VPI minus VF. Okay, now when in the input signal marking with yellow, from this point it has reached pi, that is 0. It has reached pi, that means input signal peak value has come down to 0. What is the voltage across the capacitor? It is still VPI minus VF, or slightly lesser than VPI minus VF. So what is going to happen? And that is the output voltage that you are taking, the voltage across the capacitor. Remember the circuit that I had drawn. So what is going to happen? The capacitor would slowly discharge, and for this start discharging. Okay, till when this is zero, suppose I mark the input signal. You see, when this has reached zero, this point I am talking about, when it has reached zero. What is the point over here? It is point over here where the capacitor is slightly discharging, where the capacitor is slightly discharging. See this black point in the output waveform. This is the output waveform. Okay, this is the output waveform. So the capacitor is in this black portion. Now, oh, sorry. এটা একটু বোর্ড ছাড়া ডিফিকাল্ট বোঝানো, but I'm trying my level best to do it. This was the original waveform. এই অবধি এসছে ক্যাপাসিটর হচ্ছে VPI minus VF, তারপর at this point ক্যাপাসিটর এইভাবে আস্তে করে ডিকে করছে, it's decaying. Fine, আরেকটু ফ্ল্যাটার করি, it's decaying. I'll draw in another ink, say green. So it's capacitor is decaying like this. Fine. Now what happens in the negative half cycle? Look into the input signal. In the negative half cycle, what happens? The diode is reverse bias. The diode is actually in a state of reverse bias, কারণ এই 0 থেকে ওটা reverse bias হয়ে যাচ্ছে. But what is the value of the output voltage? Initially, what is the value of the output voltage? It is VPI, voltage across the capacitor, which is VPI minus VF, and the capacitor had started discharging little by little. So the output value of the voltage VC would be something like this. The capacitor is discharging. It has not come down to zero. The value is not come down to zero. Now, when it has reached this point means, when the output has reached this point means, it has ended the negative half cycle. It has ended the negative half cycle. Again, the positive half cycle comes and it reaches a value, peak value. So the capacitor again charges itself in the positive half cycle. Again, till it reaches, till দেখো ক্যাপাসিটর এই অবধি ভ্যালু ওর আউটপুট ভ্যালু চলে এসছে so till this point the diode is in a condition of reverse bias. The moment this value is exceeded, the moment this value out here is exceeded of the voltage, the capacitor again starts getting charged up. The capacitor again starts getting charged up, and see, trace the purple curve. It continues like this till again the capacitor voltage is VPI minus VF, and the diode voltage is also VPI minus VF, and it carries on like this. So at the output, what you are getting is, I am drawing with a red cap on the output waveform. This is what you're getting at the output. So you see the ripples have been reduced by the charge retainment of the capacitor. Did you understand, students? So this is how you can use a capacitor to দেখো তার মানে actually এখন কিন্তু output waveformটা এখন কিন্তু the output waveform is, just a minute please. Now the output waveform is just this. Now the output waveform, if I draw it, responses, students, output waveformটা কেমন হবে? Okay, so this would be the nature of the output waveform. এই ক্যাপটা আমি এখানে আরেকবার এঁকেছি. So that would give you a smoothened out, and depending upon what value of capacitor you use, you'll be doing it in your labs, in your AC lab. I don't know how teachers would arrange it for you. So I think that would be shown to you that with the use of a capacitor filter, the ripples have been minimized. দেখো এইখানে যতখানি রিপল ছিল, এইখানে যদি অ্যাকচুয়াল ওয়েভফর্মটা হতো, I'm drawing in yellow. দেখো অ্যাকচুয়াল ওয়েভফর্মটা যদি হতো এতখানি রিপলস হতো, মানে তো রিপল ফ্যাক্টর would have been a value of 1.21. ঠিক আছে, 1.21 in case of your half wave. By using a capacitor filter, you'll see that the ripple factor, you'll be measuring it from the CRO, and you will see that the value of IAC and IDC you'll be taking, you'll see that the value of the ripple factor has been reduced many times by using a capacitor filter. Is it clear, students? WebEx giving me a signal for this meeting. I would re-enter the next meeting and maybe I could clear your, this is a difficult concept. I would rediscuss it again at points where you have really lost track. So is it clear for you, students?
Yes,
responses, please. Responses, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Responses.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
46, Sunetra, have you noted down the absentee roll numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
ঠিক আছে, আমাকে পাঠিয়ে দিও তাহলে। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, what about the others? It's already 12:40. This meeting is, I don't know, it has given me an extension because I think there was problems in the previous half. So when do you have your next class today?
120.
120. ঠিক আছে, আমার মনে হয় এটা এক্সটেন্ড করেছে, আমার একটু ঢুকতে দেরি হয়েছে। I'll manage for another আগের দিনের ক্লাস একটা, I'll manage for a 1 hour class in between in this week. I'll have a talk with you. I'll manage it sometime. So আজকে 10-15 মিনিট একটু কম হলো, never mind. I'll give you attendance of 2 classes today as usually I do, and in the next class I'll make it up. কারণ এখন এই মুহূর্তে এটা যদি তোমরা বুঝে থাকো, আমার মনে হয় I don't want to start anything new, because next thing we would start from next day would be clippers and clampers, and little bit write up about this. I will give it to you in the drive when I upload, so you'll understand the capacitor filters. For the full wave rectifier, it is an extension of the concept. I'll give you the material, বুঝতে পারবে, ঠিক আছে? ওখানে একটা ডায়োডের জায়গায় জাস্ট দুটো ডায়োড থাকবে, but the concept is the same. I'll just give you the picture so you would understand. Okay, so you can continue. 1 minute. হ্যাঁ আসছি, 1 minute. So in that situation, you can continue with that concept. You won't be having problems. So I think I end it here today. আজকে আর কিছু যখন পড়াচ্ছি না, next class you will break for lunch, I think. খাওয়া দাওয়া করে 1:40 থেকে you join for your next class. Okay, fine students. Is it okay? Is it okay? ছেড়ে দিলাম আজকে একটু আগে। ঠিক আছে, আর পরের হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, পরের মিটিং জয়েন করতে হবে না, নেক্সট ক্লাসে উইল স্টার্ট উইথ দ্য ফ্রেশ টপিক। আমি একটু সুনেত্রার সাথে কথা বলে নেবো, হোয়াট টাইম ক্যান বি ম্যানেজড। ওকে সুনেত্রা, আমাকে তোমাদের ফ্রি স্লট গুলো একটু পাঠিয়ে রেখো, ঠিক আছে? আইল সি ওয়েদার আই ক্যান ফিট ইন দেয়ার।
ওকে ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ পাঠিয়ে দিও। আজকে তো এমনিতে আমার 4টে অবধি ক্লাস আছে, তার আগে আমি টাইম পাবো না, তুমি পাঠিয়ে রেখো, আমি সন্ধ্যের দিকে একটু ফাঁকা থাকবো, তখন দেখে নেবো, ঠিক আছে? ওকে ফাইন, থ্যাংক ইউ স্টুডেন্টস, এন্ডিং দ্য মিটিং।